Hello everyone, Paul Machin here for the Redmen TV. The Reds have just beaten Tranmere 3-2. Pre-season friendly, second one of 2018-19. And yeah, the first half went absolutely swimmingly. Pretty much like the Chester game in that regard. Liverpool just looked a cut above, they looked composed, they looked skillful, they looked at it, and you could start to get real glimpses of what Liverpool do and what Liverpool do best. And we got to see our first outing of the Fabinho Keita axis in midfield, and it looked good. I think you can see Fabinho, I think Klopp mentioned this, and obviously we mentioned this after the Chester game, he looks like he's going to take a bit more time to develop, a bit more time to get into the rhythm of the team. I think he looked a little lumbering, a little slow at times. I think, and this is pre-season against, League Two opposition, so the pace of the game is going to get increasingly intense as pre-season goes on, which I think is the plan, to be perfectly honest, and obviously as the season itself approaches. But as the first half wore on, I thought he found his feet more, I thought he found his composure more, and he started to look a lot better. Keita, not quite as all action maybe as he was in the Chester game, but quite metronomic in how he played. He was going around, supporting the play, keeping it simple, passing and moving and whatever. Not exactly, again, one of those incredible, outstanding performances. Those came from a few slightly more unlikely sources, I guess. I thought Rafa Camacho at right back was outstanding. Klopp talked about him in his post-match press conference, which he's just done behind me then, and said, for a lad who's more of a winger, he played a bit of as a wing-back under Steven Gerrard's under-18s side. He's impressed me in both games so far, if I'm perfectly honest, and I thought he was more or less the standout candidate of Liverpool's players in the first half. Shea Ojo, again, looking strong, looking fast. When he takes on his man, he causes problems, he gets in behind. So good to see both of them. I thought they looked really strong on the right-hand side, and I hope both of them get more opportunities as pre-season progresses. Second half, didn't go to plan for Liverpool at all. Once again, James Milner absolutely cut above everything in our midfield. I thought Woodburn looked better in the midfield this time around, and it was an interesting variation on the formation. It felt at times a little bit more like a 4-4-2 diamond, sort of 4-4, or you could say 4-3-3, with Sturridge playing more withdrawn in the front three, because I wouldn't say Wilson necessarily played up front per se, because there's times when he's very wide. Curtis Jones looked very good, very composed as well, coming from the left-hand side. He's a real talent for someone his size as well, and he's still a very young lad, very composed, very good touch. But look, can't escape the big talking point in the second half, and that's Loris Karius, who dropped a massive bollock once again, and I'm sure that clip has gone mega viral again because everyone's looking for it. Once again, he's having every touch ironically cheered by the crowd. We said that was going to be a very difficult set of circumstances for him to go into this season. We got a real sense of that at Chester. I think the fans supported him. I think he got a good ovation once again from the travelling Liverpool fans. As any Liverpool player taking the pitch will get. The problem is that he's got a long way to go if he's going to even come close to winning back, not like even the hearts and minds, just the nerves of Liverpool fans. It's blasted at him. Klopp says it in his post-match press conference. He's seen that, goalkeepers drop that hundreds of times in his career, and I think we could all say that. It just... I was watching that free kick and I was thinking at the time, this could be an opportunity. Make a good save here, because they've got very little to do with the goalkeepers in these games. Make a save here and people can go, there you go, I can hang my hat on that. There you go, he makes saves, that's a thing. That's how he started to win people over last season. And he spills it and he scored, and he looks like his confidence is absolutely on the floor at the moment. I just got a real sense of unease around him. There's a moment leading up to the second goal when he probably, I think, in his pomp at the back end of last season, I think he sweeps up and he deals with it. Klein ends up putting it out for a throw-in, and then a few steps later it ends up with Kirivea giving the ball away, and they've scored a second. I mean, the goal itself is not Karius' fault, but it just, again, ultimately this is what pre-season is about, is about getting it out, but it's whether we as fans are going to be able to handle that process. Klopp seems confident. He seems, not like it's definitely going to happen, but very much on the way of, there'll be scrutiny on him until he has some brilliant games, which I thought was a really nice way of phrasing it. Not like, no pressure, more like he's going to have some boss games, and when he has those boss games, everyone will feel fine. Can we stomach that? Can we wait for that? That's going to be the big question, and it's going to be the big question mark over Liverpool's team going forward in this. There's big ones over Daniel Sturridge and Origi for sure, but the goalkeeping situation will remain the biggest perilous problem that Liverpool have to face in terms of the rehabilitate or replace. I think most Liverpool fans, once again, after that performance, would say absolutely have to replace, but you know, that's onto the transfer committee and the manager to sort that out, and we'll know more as and when the you know, the weeks progress when we get to the end of the transfer window. Anyway, though, thoroughly enjoyable by and large evening over on the dark side of Merseyside. I'm going to get back in the car, get through the tunnel and get back to safety. We will be doing a final word on this show, me, Chris and possibly Steve. That'll be on the redmentv.com. So if you want us to talk through some of the bigger talking points in more depth and detail, please go to the website, sign up and start your 3-month trial. Nice one.